Welcome to this episode of my interview series. Today I have Johannes Walch, who is the co-founder of Sober Beauty. Sober Beauty is one of China's very first clean makeup brands. Him and his partner Valentine have backgrounds in management consultancy and beauty, and they've used these backgrounds to bring this brand to life. The philosophy of the brand is clean, effortless, and mindful. And I'm really looking forward to discussing sober beauty and clean beauty trends in China. Thank you so much for joining me, Johannes.
Hi, Ali. Great talking to you. Thank you for having me.
No worries. So let's start with Sober Beauty. Like, Sober Beauty is a bit of a pioneer in the China clean beauty space, especially as a Chinese clean beauty brand. So what made you decide to launch a makeup brand in clean beauty?
So we launched Sober Beauty. We started working on it at the end of 2019, and then we launched the first product in the summer of 2020. And I launched this brand together with my partner, Valentine. She has a lot of experience previously in L'Oreal and Estee Lauder, mainly in product development. And back then in 2019, we, and especially her, she was a big fan of clean beauty. But in China, it was just very difficult to find clean beauty products. And the foreign clean beauty brands that you could find, this was mainly through cross-border e-commerce, and they were quite expensive and also not always available. So we thought together, why not found a local clean beauty brand, and especially in the makeup category, because in the makeup category there was not a single local clean beauty brand. So we were the first ones. And why we did it is because we believe in clean beauty. We believe in the value and ethos behind it, not only in the ingredients, but also being environmentally friendly and being cruelty-free and empowering the individual, everything that clean beauty stands for. But of course, we also saw this as a great advantage in China to differentiate ourselves, because China is a hyper-competitive market, especially when it comes to cosmetics and when it comes to makeup. And we thought this was a great niche that's also very suitable for Chinese consumers. And we believe that we can also, that clean beauty niche will get a followership in China, just like it did in Europe and in the US. So that's why we started.
Yeah, no, it's such an interesting journey, and you know, it's a tough job being a pioneer in a new category. And I think even for established international brands coming in that were clean, it's been a tough road. So over the last few years, because the China market hasn't been as established, and as we said, you know, people are still learning about clean beauty and what it is. So you're doing a really important job for yourselves, but also for other brands coming in, because you're helping to educate and you're on the ground in China. So you know, I know that you go to a lot of events, you talk to people, so you're obviously seeing what's happening with clean beauty in China. So how do you feel it is going? Do you feel like it's really changing and rising up, or you know, what's your take on it at the moment?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is definitely a trend that's gaining momentum right now. Of course, like at the beginning of every trend, it requires a little bit of patience, and things move along a little bit slowly initially, but before they really pick up. But I think we're now at the stage where we're about to see really much more growing interest in this area. And I give you an example of last weekend, during the long weekend, we participated in an offline event. And this was a kind of like a designer, a lifestyle product fair with about 100 different brands ranging from food to jewelry, fashion, cosmetics, and so on. And it was, in terms of the kind of people that were there, it was kind of like walking through real life Xiaohongshu. There were so many influencer and the influence there.
Cool.
And we got to talk to a lot of them, and we got really great response. But what was really striking to me was that this time around, because usually at these events I explain what is clean beauty and why people should be interested in clean beauty and what's different about it. And this time a lot of people already knew about clean beauty. I would say about 20% of the people we spoke to already at least had heard the term before, either in English, clean beauty, or in Chinese, Chunjing Zaichuan. And some of them that I talked to a little bit in more detail also had a good idea. And not only from abroad, also people who got to know clean beauty in China. So I think we definitely see some more momentum right now.
Yeah, that's such a good, obviously it's anecdotal, but it's so good to hear that people are starting to understand a little bit more about what it is. And, when you talk to people about it, are there specific aspects of it that people are more interested in? So are people talking about the sustainability aspect, or is it really about the ingredients, or is there any sort of feel around that?
So this example from last weekend is, of course, not very representative of the overall population. I would say these are more of like the first movers that are there, but it can give us some indication. And I do think that's a good point you're raising there. Right now, I think the main area of focus for them is really around the ingredients, and they're more around the product safety. And how it can prevent, also how it can prevent skin irritations, things like that. So it's not so much about the, for example, vegan aspect or cruelty-free aspect of it. And I'm not saying that this will not come eventually, but at the moment it's more about the ingredients. And I think one example is also in China. There's always a big topic about what pregnant women can use and not use. And so what we get a lot as a clean beauty brand is that, can pregnant women use it or not? Is it safe for pregnant women? So that's one of the big questions.
That's often a way that people come into clean beauty, even in the West, but less so. In China, so from my research, when you're looking at clean beauty and you're looking at certain brands, the number of people that are asking on Xiaohongshu underneath, can I use it if I'm pregnant? Can I use it if I'm pregnant? And I think the point you make about irritation is an interesting one, because obviously clean beauty doesn't necessarily mean low irritation or good for sensitive skin, right? Because, and especially from a skincare perspective, because of essential oils, a lot of natural ingredients will irritate the skin. So that's also education process. With Sober Beauty, with your products, are they designed to be low irritation or not specifically?
Yes, we also we take care of that. So we this is one aspect we focus on, also because this is so important for the Chinese consumer. So when we research the ingredients for our products, and especially around essential oils, we try to avoid the ones that are known to cause irritations.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting something that some Western brands coming into China struggle with that a little bit, because people assume clean beauty means good for sensitive skin, which it's definitely not always the case.
Yeah, it's funny, at this stage of the trend, people often project a lot of things onto clean beauty that clean beauty may not be about.
I mean, that's the problem globally, right? There's no definition. There's no agreed definition of what clean beauty is, so everyone puts onto it what they want.
So we now come. We try to make it more succinct about our definition of clean beauty, so it's easy to explain. So what how we define clean beauty is it's no harmful ingredients, it's environmentally friendly, and it's cruelty free. That's what we usually say.
Keeping it simple. Yeah, no, that's good. Especially if you have to explain to 80% of the people you meet what it is. You want to keep it simple.
Yes.
How do you think the clean beauty movement in China is different from in the West, from your experience, obviously, of both cultures? How do you think it's sort of different?
So unfortunately, I haven't been in the West for quite a long time now because of COVID. So I'm not so aware of all the trends there. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more. But what I can tell you here is that often I get the impression that in the West, it's a little bit ideologically tinged. So it's a bit about, vegan, and especially the aspect about being vegan and being cruelty free, and also some around the environmentally friendly part seems a little bit more ideological, while in China it seems more pragmatic. As I said, if people have very concrete questions like, can I use it if I'm pregnant? Will it irritate my skin? Is it safe for me to use? And so I think that's one of the main differences. But of course, at this stage of the trend, it's still quite hard to tell.
Yeah, no, but I think that is definitely in line with what I've seen. I think, and also from a cultural perspective, that's quite, that's not just beauty. That's generally, when you look culturally, pragmatism is something that the Chinese are very, very good at, and also it's how it affects me and that personal. That real personal aspect, and the broader sense of society it's a very, very different and very complicated. Obviously, we won't go into all of that today in terms of the cultural aspects of it. But I do agree. I think whilst I see sustainability becoming more important in China overall, I think when it comes to beauty, efficacy is something that brands need to prove. So something that I always say to brands is, you're using all these beautiful botanical ingredients, but why? Like, what is that ingredient going to do for that person's skin? How is that going? Like, you always have to link it very specifically, right?
Yeah. And especially there's this movement in China, they call themselves the Changfandan, like the ingredients party. The ingredients obsessed people, and they know a lot about every ingredient, right? And I think these are also the consumers that are interested in clean beauty.
Yeah. And so from Sober Beauty's aspect, what advice maybe do you have for clean brands coming into China? You're obviously on the ground meeting people all the time. It's great news to see that there's momentum, but it's still niche. So is there something you can think of that brands should consider?
I think touching on the subject of the informed consumer, I think it's very important in China when you engage with consumers to talk to them on the same level, and don't talk down to them, but keep engaging with them, and definitely don't try to hide anything from them, because they will find out.
Dangerous.
Yes, it's dangerous. And I think one very concrete advice would be, don't charge a lot more than you do in your home country, because that's something that Chinese consumers are really allergic to right now.
Yeah, that's very good advice. I think a lot of brands do think they can get away with charging a significant premium on their products, and I think much more than Western consumers, Chinese consumers know how much products cost in different markets. They have, there are comparison sites that will tell you, right? Like, it's all there.
Yeah, absolutely. And more in general, I think when you enter China right now, of course, you need a lot of money, but you also need a lot of patience. You need a lot of money because, first of all, the ecosystem is completely different. You need to basically redo a lot of things, starting from your marketing, social media, through your channels. That's all different and all requires a lot of attention and a lot of investment. And then patience, because I think that the time of the gold rush where you could just launch your foreign brand in China and it would sell automatically, that's definitely over. But that's not to say that it's not a good idea anymore. If you have a good concept, the price is still really really worth it in China. And so, but I think it definitely, if you do enter China, it needs a lot of management attention too, especially with the selection of the partners that you may work together with over here, because there are a lot of partners here that I've experienced that overpromise and underdeliver. So it makes a lot of sense to invest a lot of time upfront to select very carefully who you work with.
Yeah, no, definitely. And on Sober Beauty, what are your best-selling products? What are the products that the customers most attracted to?
Yeah, so let me just introduce a little bit our product range. So right now we have 3 main products and 2 accessories. I brought the main products here. So we have this one is our luminizer. So this is for cheeks and eye. We have this in 4 different shades. The best-selling shade right now, it's a ruby, so it's a rouge. It's a
lovely product, actually. You kindly sent me some, and I really like it. It's a great texture.
Thank you. And then we also have a cleansing balm.
Okay, yeah.
That's actually more skincare than makeup. This one it has its followership with people who use it. We have a lot of loyalty around this product, but it's not a trendy product. Our third one that we launched recently, this is our best-selling product right now, is our lipstick. This is our natural essential lipstick, and it is our most ambitious clean beauty project yet. It has 90% natural ingredients and 10% color. It's all the colors are EWG green ones, and it's a really beautiful product with a sheer matte finish, and it's buildable, so you can use 1 or 2 layers or multiple layers depending on the pigmentation you would like. And this one is really popular.
Nice.
And many people who buy one color then also come back and buy another one or buy a third one.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, and in general, all of the products we have, what we're trying to go for is what we call the sober look, which is a natural, subtle look that's more like enhancing your natural beauty.
Great, really good. Well, I'm glad to hear that the new product's doing so well, and thank you so much, Johannes, for talking to me today and giving brands that are listening to this a bit of an insight into real on-the-ground clean beauty movement in China.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Ali.
And I'll put your details below for people that want to get in touch and so they can reach out too. So thanks again.
Great, thank you.